Hey kids, up next is the November 1994 released game Corpse Killer. It came out for the Sega CD, the Sega 32X, 3DO, Windows, and Sega Saturn. So if you had an unpopular console, this game was on it. Now you can find the game on Switch, PS4, PS5, you can download it in either store on that one, very easy to find. This game was not very well received when it came out. Electronic Gaming Monthly gave it a 5.25 when it was released. But it does have a few things going for it. One, it is a first-person shooter. If you ever played the game Operation Wolf at the arcade with the gun, it is very similar to that. Side-scrolling shooting stuff. But in this one, you're shooting zombies. And you're also doing on a Caribbean island that is fairly indistinct. Maybe Jamaica, maybe Puerto Rico, that's where they actually filmed it. Maybe just any of them, we don't really know. You're a nameless lieutenant that is dropped into this tropical paradise there to save the 4 other people in your military squad that have been captured by the evil Dr. Hellman. You're immediately met by Winston, who you think is probably Jamaican just from the hat and the Rastafarian accent, which he really nails in this one. And he is there also fighting off these zombies, kind of by himself. We really never know why he's there. Is he part of some nearby village? Is he just hanging out? But he's just chopping them up with a machete, and he is there to help you take down Hellman. You also bump into the beautiful reporter played by Bridget Butler. She's done a lot of smaller roles, not too much acting since 2002, but she plays this one pretty well, to be honest with you. The director of this game is John Lafia. You may recognize that name if you're a Child's Play fan. He is the director of Child's Play 2 and also helped out on Child's Play 1 as well. The most recognizable person in this one is definitely Vincent Schiavelli. He is a character actor. He's been in hundreds of things all over TV and movies, usually playing the weird-looking bad guy, which is exactly what he's playing in this one. He's in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Lord of Illusions, Blade Runner video game, he's in that one. You may have played that. Great voice, great character actor. Also tucked away in there is a young Bill Moseley, who's in just about every damn horror movie that you can name and from 1990 till now. So Dr. Hellman is trying to turn this whole island into zombie people that will follow his wishes and he can take over something or another. There's a whole bunch more story in here that he was tied to the US government and now he's doing his own testing. And if you find that interesting at all, there's a lot of other videos to watch with this game, kind of through the gameplay, but it is not all that interesting of a game, unfortunately. In the end, will you get into Hellman's cushy lair and take him down? Will you shoot the same zombies over and over and over again, and even at the last final boss? Will the final boss just be Hellman's face and zombies running at you? Possibly, but you'll have to watch our playthrough video to find all of that out, which we also have here on our channel. Right now, we're going to go through our ratings for this game. We go on a 10-point scale with 10 different categories, highest score of 100. Let us start first with the look and graphics of this game. Actually, the video looks pretty good. The scenery is absolutely beautiful. They filmed this in Puerto Rico, and it looks fabulous. These zombies are the most hysterically looking bad zombies you will ever see. This is Z-grade level zombieism. The actors and actresses are all really professional, so that looks really good, but man, those zombies, that's what the game is about, and they are terrible. So for look and graphics, sorry, but we got to give you a 3 on this one. Up next, gameplay. This is really a light gun game without the light gun. I said before, it kind of plays like Operation Wolf, the famous arcade game. It's a side scroller and you just shoot zombies. That is 100% what you do. There's nothing more, there's nothing less. Occasionally there'll be these flashing zombies that if you shoot them, it clears out the whole board. It becomes painfully repetitive the more and more you play this game because there's really no variety to it at all. There's really no variety to the cutscenes too, which makes it even more boring the longer that you play the game. Sometimes it is just damn near impossible to avoid damage. These zombies just come at you at a rate that you cannot take them down. And for the most part, they come at you fairly randomly. On the boss levels, there is a cadence to how they pop up, but on the other levels, they just kind of come and go when they see fit. And sometimes there's just way too many to take down. So while the controls are smooth and it's easy to move around and navigate, the gameplay is pretty bad and boring. So we're going to give you a 3 for the gameplay. Number 3, the story. Is this story enticing enough that makes you want to go through this crappy gameplay? There's the weird doctor, there's the zombies. Winston, your kind of sidekick, has a lot of energy. But there's really little here that hooks you. There are side missions that you can do that have absolutely no effect on the ending of the game. There are different cutscenes that'll lead you to explain a little bit more. At the end of the game, Winston puts a treasure chest on the boat. You find out how he gets that treasure chest, but spoiler, it's just by shooting all the zombies in a side-scrolling fashion, which you've just done for the rest of the game anyway. So for story, sorry, but we got to give you a 4 for this one, even though it's zombies, which I do love. The dialogue, oh my god, it is repetitive. They keep showing you the same clip over and over and over. There are 4 mini-bosses, these 4 guys that you have to save that were captured by Dr. Hellman. Getting up to each of these mini-bosses is the exact same experience. You go through it, they use the exact same cutscenes every single time. Even though you're fighting a different boss, you're fighting a different boss in the same fortress every time. Why don't we just go in and save all 4 of them at once? Instead of saving one, going back to the starting point, doing it all over again. The game does not make much sense when you really look at it from afar. And with that repetitive dialogue, it's really cheesy on top of that. The woman reporter, I feel sorry for her. She does an excellent job, but she is just there for a possibility of having sex. That is it. I'm sorry to demean her like that, but that's all this game does to her. It just shows her as kind of, I would say in today's terms, clickbait. She's instantly attracted to you, and even though there are zombies just coming down on you, trying to kill off the whole island, she's hitting on you the entire time. Even in a cheesy action movie, this is out of place. So we're going to give you a 1 for dialogue, but if you gave it a 0 just because of how stupid they make this woman look, I would not hate you for it. Number 5, the consequences of your actions. Does it matter if you go on these side quests? Absolutely not. Does it matter if you go and watch all the videos that are on there for you to watch? Absolutely not. Does it matter which order you pick, the swamp or the river or whatever the hell you have to do to get to the fortress? Absolutely not. Does it matter if you take extra health instead of the bullets? Absolutely not. Every decision you make has no bearing on the end of the game, no bearing on anything, really. Doesn't matter for the difficulty of the game, doesn't really make it easier, doesn't make it harder, it just kind of is there to fill up time. This game is more linear than Super Mario Brothers. Think of it that way, and it's an FMV game. Consequences, you get a 0. The acting for this game, how is it? Considering the script is absolutely as terrible as it is, the acting is really good. Winston is putting his full-bore effort into this role. He has so much energy. He makes the game that is incredibly boring at least somewhat exciting just because of the energy he's bringing. The woman reporter, again, her dialogue is so stupid. But in her defense, she does it really well. She pulls it off to the best of anyone's abilities. Hellman can get really repetitive in what he says, but he's a classic character actor. He nails it in this one. The people that are captured are probably the weakest part of this, but they're just kind of not really asking them to do something, so you can't fault them too much. So for acting, we're going to give you an 8. Direction and cinematography. It actually looks pretty good when you go through it here. The cutscenes look good. They're filmed in beautiful locations. When you're in the Jeep rolling around the neighborhood, for lack of a better term, it looks really crisp. Now, the side-scrolling is really lame, and my god, those are the worst-looking zombies ever. I think they're supposed to be goofy, but nothing else in this tone of this game is goofy, except for the look of the zombies, so they're completely out of place, and they look absolutely terrible. That said, the cinematography and everything, it is passable, so we're going to give you a 5 for that. Number 8, the music. There is music that exists. It is kind of generic tribal music for most of it. It's repetitive. It sounds like something you'd see in a 90s voodoo movie, which there were a couple of those that kind of caught traction on the direct-to-video market. But really, it's just stock music that isn't that great. So we're going to give you a 2 for the music. Number 9 in our 10-point scale, it is inventiveness. My favorite made-up word. Is this something that is completely unique to the FMV markets? It is a first-person shooter game, which really doesn't exist out in the FMV world. So that's good, but the story really lacks here, and the story is really what made FMV games of this time good. I'll give you some points for the inventiveness of using a first-person shooter in it, but really nothing that you haven't seen before, so we're going to give you a 4 for inventiveness. Is this game fun? Probably the most important category that we go over, and this game is not very much fun at all. It is ridiculously repetitive. You'll find the first couple minutes of the first playthrough, it's a little bit different. You're like, oh, a first-person shooter, I like this. And shooting the zombies is fun, and looking at them doing their goofy walks and dances gets a little bit entertaining. But once you realize it's just a continuous loop of that, and especially when you get to the second mini-boss and you realize It's the exact same adventure getting to that mini boss as it was for the previous one. And when you get to the third one, you realize it's the exact same. Then the fourth one, it's the exact same. And then to get to Hellman, it's almost the exact same way to get to Hellman. But it's always the same type of fighting. There's never any change in there. And it really doesn't matter what you get in terms of getting the good bullets, getting the good juju sticks. I still don't even know what those do, to be honest with you, and it doesn't matter. The game is easy enough that you don't need all that extra stuff. But every time you die, you start off almost exactly where you let off. Well, no, you do start off exactly where you let off, with full health. There is no bad thing for dying, maybe negative points. What do those points add up to? Nothing at the end. Maybe they thought this was going to be an arcade game and points would matter. It doesn't. So the high amount of repetitiveness makes this get really boring really quickly. So we're going to give you a 3 overall for fun, and I think that might be stretching it. The final verdict. Is this a game that you should be playing? Is this something you should run to the PlayStation Store and download immediately? I would have to say no. This is not a great game. This is not one that, for nostalgia purposes, you just need to go back and replay. This is kind of a game of a bygone era, which would have been a great rental in 1993. It would have been fun enough to, eat some Teddy Grahams with your friends after school. And on a sleepover, you would play the heck out of this thing and beat it and really feel like you accomplished something. But today, man, this game just does not stand up at all. In the absolute ending of it, if we have not objectified this woman reporter enough, no, we will make her take her clothes off, damn it. It's not great. It's a sign of the times, and that's just what we did back then. I'm sorry, people. It was the 90s. Please save your money for something fun. Play Night Trap. Play anything. Hell, play Double Switch, even though that game is not that great. We have reviews of all those games here at the FMV Archive channel. You can check out any of those, plus our full playthrough of Corpse Killer here. So if you like this video, please hit like. If you like it, please hit subscribe, because we're going to have tons of other full motion video info here. Thank you.